and Araminta, which means prayer and protection. Folks called the child Minty for short. When Minty was born, she cried loudly. It was as if she was shouting her arrival, letting everyone know she had been born to do great things. The North Star's glistening light kept watch over Minty. That star would be a guiding presence for her entire life. It never lost sight of what was beautiful about her. Old Rit and Old Ben lived on the Edward Brodess plantation in Dorchester County, Maryland. As enslaved people, they were owned by the Brodess family. Minty and her parents were considered property in the same way people had objects like a tea kettle or a hammer that belonged to them. That's what slavery was, white people owning black people. The black people worked without pay and had to do whatever they were told. They called their owners master or mistress because these men and women ruled their lives. And just like objects, enslaved people could be bought, sold, or traded. It didn't matter how old you were or if you were a man, woman, or child. Mothers and fathers could be sold away from their children, and kids could be purchased and forced to leave their parents. Sometimes members of a family were split up and sold away from each other without warning. A master or mistress would call you over, look you in the eye, and tell you it was time to say goodbye to those you loved the most. This is one of the reasons life for enslaved people was so frightening and uncertain. But one thing was for sure. Enslaved people were not things. They were human beings with dignity, self-respect, and intelligence. These smart, determined people took pride in themselves and their work. They built strong families whose love kept them going through hard times and whose faith grew as they built a legacy of courage. Faith and love lived deep in the hearts of Old Rit and Old Ben. They passed these virtues on to Minty. As she grew, Minty had it hard. Master Brodess was as mean as they come and greedier than 10 hungry hogs. To make money, he rented Minty to the Cook family, farmers who lived near marshy wetlands. Like Master Brodess, the Cooks were cruel people. Minty was only 6 or 7 years old when she was forced to wade into icy water to catch muskrats snagged in Master Cook's riverbank traps. Whew, that water was freezing. One day, Minty caught a cold, got a fever, and got the measles all at once. To Master Cook's way of thinking, his rented child was now a bad investment. He sent her back to Brodess land. Minty soon discovered that she needed what her full name, Araminta, had promised: prayer and protection. Chapter 2. The North Star's Diamond Light. As soon as Old Rit nursed little Minty back to health, Master Brodess rented her out again to a lady needing help with her baby. Minty had to call this woman mistress. Snagging muskrats was miserable work, but changing smelly diapers and keeping a fussy baby from crying took just as much care and attention. Minty could never take her eye off that baby. To make matters worse, Mistress always seemed to have her eye on Minty, watching every move she made. One morning, while tending to the baby, Minty's mind started to wander. She couldn't help but notice a bowl of sugar lumps resting on the table nearby. Those crystal lumps caught glints of the sun. It was as if they were winking at Minty and whispering her name. For a quick moment, when Mistress wasn't looking, Minty secretly slipped a sugar lump onto her tongue. She had never tasted sugar before that day. Oh, the sweetness! That glimmering crystal melting in Minty's mouth eased some of the bitterness she had suffered.